can hear me, say hello. How's everyone doing? Hello, team. How are you? This is, hey, here we go. Hi, Deb. Hi, Janelle. Hi, Kate. Hi, Michaela. Hi, Sean. Team, we're going to go over, and everyone, hi, Alexa. I want to go over this new exam, and I'm really happy that everyone's able to make it today. And I know teachers are going to trickle in. This is a big test. This is a brand new big test, and it's been around. They posted this information for a while now, but in the next upcoming weeks, upcoming months, you're going to hear more about it because it's going to roll out sometime this summer, or maybe even early fall. Who's heard of this test? Who's heard of this test here? Yes? And what have you heard? What have you heard? I've heard it's hard. In general, whenever they do a revamping, the revamp over the last 10 years has been hard. They're always getting more challenging. So yes, chances are it's going to be harder. Longer? It is longer. It's 20% longer. I'm scared. Well, you're not going to be scared because you're going to pass your current test. But let's look at the current test right now. Now, everyone has this test scheduled. Is that right? Does everyone have a test date? This is the test that's currently out there. A couple things about this test. This test, we're looking at the objectives that were written in 2014, but they're really the same as the ones in 2008. So what you're currently taking right now is about 15 years old. All right. It's been around for a while, 15 years. So it needs a total revamp. Who hears me? This thing needs this is at least 15 years old. Okay. This version of it here was the exact same version of that. That's a while ago. So the structure and the questions and the content, it's going to be updated big time. You're currently taking this test. So we're doing the multi-subject class right now. We're not focusing on the math today, but the multi-subject is broken into those three areas. What are those three areas? We've got language arts, so I'll just English, right? We got history, and we have science. And this test is broken up, and it's roughly the way they break it up. They give about equal percentage to each one of these. Each one of these sections is about 30% of the test. And then you have one essay, and that's worth 10%. This is the test that you're going to be having right now before this new 78 exam rolls out. This test is 4 hours. It's you have to get a 240 to pass. The test that you're taking right now, the one that we just talked about, it has that breakdown. And what it works out to currently is you're going to have about 19 questions here, maybe about 18 questions here, 18 questions here. Everyone give me a thumbs up. So it's pretty much even. I would say it's about even right now. So one of the benefits of something like this is because they're weighted evenly, if you have a strength in language arts, then you can offset your scores by scoring high in that section. Who has a strength in one of these areas? It's like your ace in the hole. You love history or science. What is it? What's your ace? Is it ELA? Language arts? Who likes the language arts? Is it the science? Maybe it's the science section. Maybe you really love science and technology. Maybe it's the history. Who likes history? Maybe you like history. Maybe you don't. So the way this test, one of the benefits of this test is because they're equally weighted. If you have a strength, you can offset your scores by doing really amazing in that strength. And it will offset, let's say, another area that is only so-so. Yes? Give me a thumbs up. Now, this test that's been around for a very long time, it's about to change. I think they say sometime in the summer and fall it's going to end. Is that right? Is that what they're saying? And, we'll have to see. I think there's a very good chance that it's the summer and fall of 2023. Okay, you read Well, I've heard both summer and fall. I've heard summer and fall. So let's just say right now, potentially, that could mean when summer start. When's the first day of summer? That could mean June, right? June 21st. Or July, or maybe July. Or maybe August, or maybe September. Okay, and maybe not too, because this thing was supposed to come out a while ago and it's been pushed back. I thought it was supposed to come out originally in 2022 and they pushed that back. So who knows when exactly it is, but I think we have to consider that potentially it could start right around the end of school and over the summer. Who hears me there? Or potentially it could start sort of at the end of the summer, early fall. We don't know. So you really do want to pass these tests as soon as possible. That's my point. You have plenty of time to pass these exams now. That you want to pass this exam now, and do not wait till June or the end of June, the end of the school year, to be surprised. Yes? Give me a big thumbs up there. Don't be like, it's June. I thought it was the fall. No, it could be either one of these. Okay. I think that when you look at this one right here, so start thinking about this one here as potentially late June or sometime over the summer. Okay. Sometime here or here. All right. All the other exams, the new exams that have come out. So we've had a couple. We've had the 64 that's new. That it came out on time. The 72 came out on time. The 70 came out on time. There's a couple others. The 76 came out on time. So the 64, right? The 64, that's a science exam, general science. The 72 is the early childhood. I should write down the 73. That's the history. So all the new exams, at least the last 5, have been coming out on time. So I just feel that once they give that date for this one, that's it. It's probably going to come out on time now. All right, so please be prepared. Let's look at what's on this new test, the breakdown here. Your last test, let me just highlight this. Your last test, how many questions were on this last test? The test that you're taking now. The O3 collectively, 55 and 45 adds up to 100 multiple choice. Does everyone see that? There's 55 questions on the multi-subject for ELA, history, and science. That worked out to like 18 or 19, right? We did that already. 18 questions, roughly around. There's 55 questions, and there was 45 math questions on the math version. On this new breakdown, you have 60 in language arts and history, and 60 in science and math. So that way it works out to 120 questions. So team, that is 20% longer. Does everyone see that? You have 20% more questions. Instead of 100 total questions, you have 120 total questions. This is a reason to really work hard right now because it's going to be a lot more content. Now there's another breakdown here. Let me turn off that phone. There's another breakdown here that's important. All right. Let me just pull it out here, okay? Take a look at this page here. Take a look at this. This is a breakdown in history and science, that first test. This first test with the 60 questions. Is there any more science here on this test? No, so they've separated it, right? So instead of doing 3 subject areas on one, and math has its own test, now they're doing 2 subject areas, history and language arts, and they have math and science. And that's a little bit better. I think that's a little bit more even, or at least it appears even, right? But it's not actually that even. In this breakdown of 60 questions, 60% of them are history. 30% of them are language arts. So the way this works out is your history is doubling. Does everyone see that? We're going to be going from around 18 or so questions to 40 questions in history. That's a huge increase in history and social sciences. Wow. That is like its own test. The math test, the current math test has 45 questions, right? So essentially you have your own 40 question multiple choice history and social science test. That's its own version. And the language arts, there is no change. It's still 20 multiple choice questions. And I thought that was a little strange. Who hears me there? They have this opportunity to break up the exams, which is great. They're going to be doing more questions, which, isn't that great, but they're going to do more questions. You would think that they would have divided it evenly. You would think that they would have been like 30 here and 30 here, but they didn't. They left language arts the same. So even though there are new questions on language arts, it's still going to be about the same size. It's the history section that is doubling. So you're going to have 50% more history questions. Actually, I'm sorry. That's wrong. I'm sorry. You're going to have 100%. You're going to have 100% increase on your history questions. That's right. You're going from over 100. You're going from 18 to 40. Over 100% increase. Let me look at these questions. That it's different than the communication literacy. So much history has been added in the last 15 years. I don't know about that. There's been a lot of history. We're going to look at some of the history on the test. But this is a major over 100% increase in terms of the volume of questions. And then the other piece is, so history increases by over 100%, not 50%, 100% increase in history. Language arts stays the same, even though the questions will be different. That will stay the same. So I think for some teachers that you're going to need to know history in a lot more depth. So if you're struggling with what we're doing now, okay, you're going to have to need to know twice as much in 6 months from now. Give me a thumbs up. It's important. Hi team, this is Chris Abraham from Go Academy. This spring, Go Academy is turning all the workshops into webinars. These classes are going to be covering the same material as a regular workshop. We're going to do them in 7 hours, and they're held on Saturdays and Sundays in the morning. I encourage you to check out a webinar. I'm sure you'll find them very helpful.